Live from the news station. This is 7 News at noon.
Right now, you're looking at live pictures on 7 News from 7 Skyports over Pompano Beach, where debris is washing up on shore days after a freighter that left Miami was lost at sea. Good afternoon again. The ship left the port of Miami 3 days ago and hasn't been heard from since issuing a distress call on Saturday.
The Coast Guard finding only life rafts and other debris during its search. But now, pieces of the cargo are turning up on shore. The freighter disappearing 45 miles off the coast of Miami. The debris washing up from Pompano Beach to West Palm Beach. 7's Robin Simmons is live in Pompano Beach with more. Robin.
We are at A1A along Atlantic Boulevard, and folks coming here find this sign, dangerous conditions, no swimming. Then on top of that, even if they want to take a stroll along the beach, along the ocean, you see that debris. We'll take you again to that live video from Skyforce. Debris all along the beach. Again, believed to be that from the freighter Anita. As the waves pound on the shores of Pompano Beach, more evidence of the Anita continues washing up. Debris believed to be from the missing ship, keeping workers busy cleaning up.
We got out here at 7:15 this morning. This stuff started washing up on the beach out here.
The Anita, seen here in a photograph, and her crew of 8 were heading to Haiti on a humanitarian mission. A distress signal from the 163-foot freighter came 3 days ago.
It told us basically that they were in some kind of distress, and where they were, it was about 45 miles southeast of Miami.
After a 2,300 square mile search lasting a total of 22 hours, the Coast Guard finally called off their search on Christmas Day. Now workers are finding bags and bags of molding plastic, lumber, gas canisters, even bottles of vegetable oil all strewn along the beach on this windy day. Reginald Pelzer hopes that's all he finds.
So we go a little further down. We don't know what we're going to run into. If I don't find nothing else.
And again, we will take you to that live Skyforce video. They're about 2 miles north of us at the pier along Pompano Beach. And you can see there's everything from clothing to more of those plastic molding bags, just all sorts of stuff. And workers are expected to be doing a lot of that cleanup today. We are also told that on board that freighter, you saw the canister of vegetable oil. They believe there were between 5,000 and 10,000 of those 1-gallon jugs of vegetable oil. So they are also now dealing with a little bit of an oil slick, again, from West Palm Beach south here to Pompano Beach. And that is the story from here in Pompano Beach. I am Robin Simmons, live here for 7 News.
Thank you, Robin. Well, the search for a man who died in a holiday tragedy is now over. 7 Skyforce over that scene in Coral Springs. Family and friends gathering near 48th Street and Northwest 24th Way. The man disappeared in a lake yesterday. Just a short while ago, police recovered the body of the 28-year-old victim. A developer says the man might have gone under due to rough terrain in the lake.
Now, he might have walked and might have stumbled on rocks. There's lots of rocks. There's all kinds of stuff in there. It's not beachy. It's rough, very rough. Might have been when he got past a certain stage, boom, he just went in, lost his footing. Maybe nobody was around. I don't know.
Investigators are now looking into why the man went into the lake. Police say it might have been because of a dare.
An emergency evacuation happening at a popular restaurant on Miami Beach. Police evacuated Larios on Ocean Drive this morning after an employee found a suspicious package in the back room. The bomb squad was called in to investigate. Turned out the package was full of firecrackers. Everyone was allowed back into the restaurant. A Pembroke Pines family burned out of their home this afternoon, and officials say a candle is to blame. They say the family left it burning on a wicker table, which caught fire. The family got out okay, but firefighters had to rescue a cat that hid underneath the sofa. The damage was mostly contained to a bedroom and a bathroom.
Cleanup begins today for some apartments flooded out in Lauderhill. The residents were forced out of their homes at the Sandal Grove apartment complex just days before Christmas after some pipes broke and sent the ceiling crashing down. City inspectors declared the apartments unsafe and the residents had to move out. Officials hope to have all those displaced families back home later this week.
'Tis the day after Christmas, and all through the malls, people are rushing to make their returns. They're right on the ball. Today is the second busiest shopping day of the year, with bargain hunters out and about in full force. And 7's Arlene Rodriguez is in the middle of all the chaos at Aventura Mall. Arlene, how you living up, and more importantly, what did you buy?
Well, I haven't bought anything quite yet, but I'll tell you what, chaos it is becoming here. All day long. I mean, the stores have been open since 7 in the morning, and shoppers have been here that early, trying to get the first dibs on those bargains. This is crazy! A mob of shoppers lined up and ready to attack those after Christmas Day sales at Aventura Mall. Thanks for Crate and Barrel pulling in the biggest crowds.
Every year it's, the line gets bigger and bigger.
Armed with baskets, some shoppers went straight for the tree ornament aisle.
They have the best Christmas ornaments, and I've been eyeing them before Christmas, and figured, hey, why don't we come in? We have a huge 12-foot tree, so we want to get a lot of the special ornaments.
Throughout the rest of the mall, clearance and half-off signs decorated store windows and sidewalks. Those inside sifting through sale racks. What are you out here doing?
Trying to have my daughters spend their gift certificates that they got, and they want to buy jewelry, and I want them to buy something practical.
Others seeing how much bang they can get for their buck. Did you get that as a gift? Mm-hmm. What are you planning to spend it on?
Clothes.
So gift certificates, cash, and of course exchanges on this one of the busiest shopping days of the year.
I'm just exchanging some things and buying some things for me that I didn't buy for Christmas.
Now, if you're still home and need to do some shopping, we suggest you get here as soon as you can. Already, the parking lot's full. The crowds are only expected to get worse as the hours go by. We're live in Aventura Mall. Arlene Rodriguez, 7 News.
Thank you, Arlene. Well, as some people return gifts, others are returning home from their holiday visits, or at least trying. Many visitors arriving at Miami International Airport this morning to catch flights home, but some passengers are having to sit tight as wild weather around the country is delaying flights and even causing cancellations. And the story much the same at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International. Hundreds of people packing the terminals, trying to check in and head on home. But there too, airlines warn passengers should call ahead to check on flights, arrivals, and departures.
One of the future first daughters is hospitalized after a medical scare. 19-year-old Jenna Bush being rushed to the hospital when she started suffering from some stomach pains. Doctors doing emergency surgery to remove her appendix. Her father, President-elect George W. Bush, speaking about his daughter's health this morning as he prepared for a trip to Florida.
Went over there last night. She's feeling great, and feeling pretty good last night. Great this morning, and maybe she'll be able to join us in Florida. If not, she can clean out her room.
Clean out her room. Okay, a spokesman for the family says she is doing just fine and is expected to be out of the hospital here pretty soon.
All right. Well, there's much more ahead from the 7 News Flags at noon. Up next, massive flames breaking out inside a disco. Hundreds of holiday revelers with no way out.
Plus, a scare in space. Russian officials losing contact with Mir, fearing the troubled space station may spin out of control.
And a slippery situation in the south as Old Man Winter delivers an icy blow.
We'll be talking about that ice storm over the southern U.S., plus our own windy weather right here in South Florida. I'm Amy Murphy. I'll have your forecast coming up in just 2 minutes, so stick around.
You are watching 7 News at noon with Beatrice Canals, Christine Cruz, and Amy Murphy with weather.
7 News brought to you in part by Panther and Panther.
I'm Mitchell Panther, and I'm Brett Panther from the personal injury law firm of Panther and Panther. My brother and I are both board-certified civil trial lawyers. Our law firm is dedicated to protecting Florida's families. Nursing homes, hospitals, and doctors must place people before profits. If you or your loved ones have been a victim of nursing home abuse or medical malpractice, call Panther and Panther at 1-800-PANTHER-5. Panther and Panther is a personal injury law firm dedicated to protecting Florida's families.
It's GMC's year-end advantage. Time to take advantage of professional-grade engineering. Like Chuck Bazzina's smart braking system on Sierra that comprehends weight and balances braking, designed to give the driver unsurpassed control. But perhaps the biggest year-end advantage are the numbers on Sierra, engineered by this guy. Now get $1,500 cash back on the 2000 Sierra 4-door extended cab. Hurry, offer ends January 2nd.
Before you choose a security company, consider this. Only ADT protects your home and family with 3 solid guarantees, plus a special fire safety offer. It's the ADT Fire Protection Package. If you move, we'll install a system in your new home free of charge. If you're not happy with your system, ADT will refund the installation cost and monitoring fees. We'll even save you up to 20% on your basic homeowner's insurance. Call now and get an ADT security system installed from $99. And for a limited time, we'll also include a free ADT fire extinguisher. This invaluable home safety device is manufactured by Ansel, the fire safety leader. So get the peace of mind of the ADT Fire Protection Package. Get the power of ADT.
Hundreds of holiday revelers surrounded by raging flames as a fire turns a shopping mall and a disco into a death trap. The fire engulfing the packed building, leaving the partygoers with no way out. By the time the flames were out, it was too late. More than 300 people had been killed. Delaine has moved into the Satellite Center with more on the Christmas Day disaster. Delaine.
Sharon, firefighters fought that fire for more than 3 hours, but it didn't do much good. By the time the last flame went out, more than 300 people were dead in one of the worst fires in China's history. Onlookers watch in horror as fire crews frantically try to douse the flames outside the 4-story mall, packed with people celebrating Christmas. But it was too late. Chinese officials confirming 309 people died in the fire, 200 of them trapped inside a disco on the top floor where a special Christmas party was being held. The fire reportedly started in the basement while construction crews were in the middle of renovating the second and third floors. Many of them also trapped. The ones lucky enough to make it out alive were seen jumping out of windows onto mats. Dozens and dozens of others dying of smoke inhalation. Now, just about a week ago, the building was reportedly declared a safety hazard, and boxes of merchandise were seen blocking emergency exits. Fire investigators are looking into the possibility that careless construction workers actually caused that fire. We, of course, will keep you posted on this disaster. Live in the Newsplex, Delaine Matthews, 7 News.
Thank you, Delaine. Well, a near disaster in space this morning when Russian crews lose control and contact with the Mir space station. Russian ground controllers unable to communicate with the space station for more than 24 hours. Crews did regain contact, but then lost it again. Their fear was Mir would spin out of control and come crashing to Earth. But Mission Control was able to restore contact just a short while ago. This is just the latest mishap for the accident-prone Mir. Russian officials have decided to bring it down from space in late February. Well, the crisis in the Middle East continues this noon as Palestinian and Israeli leaders struggle to reach an agreement. Former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak says if Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat agrees to American proposals, he will too. A number of Israeli groups have been attacking Barak. Meanwhile, the violence continues. A 20-year-old man was shot by Israeli soldiers when he tried to stab a Jewish settler in the West Bank. Well, coming up from the 7 Newsplex at noon, a brush with danger, this time in California. Wildfires burning hundreds of acres of land, creeping close to homes. Pop star Madonna sneaking out to spread some holiday cheer. Also, it's the dress that left little to the imagination, capturing the world's attention and making Jennifer Lopez one of the hottest people of the year. We're looking back at a star-studded 2000.
For more information on any of today's stories, go to 7 Online at WSVN.com.
If you're between the ages of 40 and 85, call 1-800-942-3600 now. To find out more about the Silver Care Plan, the average funeral now costs over $6,000. But did you know your survivors may only be able to receive government death benefits of $255 if they qualify, leaving your loved ones to pay the balance? You must be age 40 to 85 to qualify. No physical examination is necessary, and coverage starts as soon as you're accepted. To get free information about the Silver Care Plan, call 1-800-942-3600 now. With the Silver Care Plan, your rates will never increase, your benefits will never decrease, and your plan cannot be canceled. You also get a free planning guide to help carry out your wishes, so everything is done just as you want them to be. The Silver Care Plan pays cash to your family when they need it most. The Silver Care Plan is something we'll all someday need. It's something we all have to think about. To get free information about the Silver Care Plan and its benefits, call 1-800-942-3600. You have no obligation. Operators are waiting for your call. Call now.
They have taken Elian Gonzalez. They're just everything.
City manager is behaving like a dictator.
Air France Concorde has crashed.
U.S. naval ship targeted by terrorists.
Palestinian mob.
11 inches of rain.
I love you, don't spin.
The Supreme Court reached a decision.
George W. Bush is our president-elect.
It's big. If it's breaking in the year 2001, you'll see it first on 7 News, the big news station.
Wild weather striking all across the country, starting with an ice storm in Arkansas. The storm causing freezing temperatures and knocking out power to 250,000 residents in Little Rock. Slick and frozen roads also making for some pretty dangerous driving conditions, causing several accidents. Forecasters expect the icy weather to last for several more days.
Moving on to Georgia, many holiday travelers eager to leave being forced to stay. Some grounding and delaying flights at Hartsfield International Airport in Atlanta. Now, a combination of bad weather and limited crew availability on Christmas Day are to blame. Dozens of Delta flights were unable to depart as scheduled, and experts say the worst is still yet to come.
And out west, several brush fires are blazing across Southern California. Fire officials thought they'd have the fires out by early this morning, but gusty winds are fanning the flames, making it tough for firefighters to gain any kind of control out there. 2 of the fires so far are now burning dangerously close to some homes.
Now, time for 7 weather with Amy Murphy.
Well, in case you haven't been outside yet today, it is still windy out there. In fact, the windy weather is still blowing all through South Florida. And we have pictures to show you from Hullover Beach. For those of you vacationing here, we are very sorry. It is not a good day to be out at the beach, although the surfers seem to like it just fine. Take a look at this guy here. The wind's making for some nice waves, and surfers taking advantage of them. Of course, these guys are very experienced. There's a small craft advisory, and we also wanted to let you know that swimmers need to beware of the rip current. So it is a very serious situation out there. And as we take a look at temperatures across the area, this is a little deceiving. That's a misprint. It should be 72 degrees. We should only make it up to about 73 here in Miami for today for our high temperature. So sorry about the computer error. It's 72 now, West Palm Beach, 73 in Homestead, 50s to our north. And as we take a look at what's happening over the satellite imagery, well, you'll see why it is so windy. We have a big ridge of high pressure in place here. Basically, we're dry thanks to that ridge. Around that high, winds come clockwise, and so they're coming in off of the ocean. We have the possibility of a few stray showers. That's about it. Also some cloud cover as a result of that high being there. We also have a low off to our west. And in between the high and the low, things are very windy. We have what we call a tight pressure gradient, or a big difference in air pressures, and that's why it's going to be so windy once again today.